Hello, Professor. We are going to talk about the North Korea's segmentality, and it's prepared by our friend Sapkot Amrit, SHRESTHA RAJESH, NEPALI APIL, THAPA KISHOR. So the presenter goes like this. So what the word seg means? It's commonly agreed upon a definition. So it's like a defensive or paranoid attitude based on the belief that others are hostile towards one. And we can also tell that a belief held by group members stating that the rest of the world has highly negative behavioral intention towards them, or a segmentality is close to a self-fulfilling prehensive and is a subjective feeling towards outgroups. Seg in North Korea, so it's self-initiated maltreatment of society by the rest of the world and experiences. North Korea is a very appropriate example in this case, in that its segment has utilized an effective tool to bond its society together and refers to absolute power of Kim Jong and Kim Jong Il, arose by a national leader who voluntarily decides to isolate his or her society from the international community. The North Korea War was the decisive event behind North Korea's depletion of United States as an emergency maltreatment of society by the rest of the world. The United States is considered as the biggest threat to North Korean sovereignty. In the Korean War, the Kim Jong-un plan to reunite the Korean peninsula was blocked by the prompt intervention of the United States. Even worse, that North Korea was on the verge of collapse under the indiscriminate attacks of US military. People have gone through traumatic experiences such as Jewish Americans in Turkey, blacks in North America, and Indian in South America, or sought from the national community by punitive actions such as economic successions, embargoes, boycotts, or violent hostile activities. Social control mechanism was considerably weakened during the unprecedented food crisis, and famine suffered in the mid-90s. Market expansion created chaos in North Korea's social hierarchy and collectivism. One of the important virtues of this society was displaced by individualism, which prioritized private interests, as marketization led to a rapid growth of merchant classes, which caused comparative dispersion and discontent from the society establishment. Pyongyang's negative view of the market revived, leading to a crackdown. At the end of November 2009, a sudden currency reform and follow-up measures were carried out in order to intensify the government's economic management according to socialist principle and order. So how it favors North Korea? So SEG in North Korea is like anti-pluralism. Segmentality has played a decisive role in defining North Korea's anti-pluralism, which has been deployed broadly in explanations about the reveal of Japanese military and the potential threat of the United States since the end of the Korean War. Unpleasant experiences with the United States and Japan history have led North Korea leadership to perceive foreign forces with suspicious and distrust and to label them as imperialistic. So how it favors North Korea. So although the increased dispute among group, but it allows group members to define the world in relatively simple and manageable terms, helps establish a form group clearly distinguished from groups others to mobilize people and promoting solidarity within the group, self-righteousness and sovereignty over other group. So how it is favored North Korea? So North Korean leaders utilize their belief as a tool to physically mobilize and psychologically gather people. Distrust in the outside world strengthen our nuclear capability, mobilize their people, stabilize their regime and allocate resources. So in conclusion, the six-party talks. So it provides a path to break down barriers to corporations and reduce the political and economic burden shared among the participants. To push ahead in reevaluating these issues, thereby creating a favorable global environment where North Korea could be actively engaged so that the international community can promote peace and cooperation. So this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.